Buenos días, clase. Voy a hablar sobre módulo 6. Okay, so we are in module 6 this week. We just started module 6, so you have 3 assignments from this module. You have 06.00, 06.01, and 06.03. These 3 are all multiple choice assignments. Our theme this module is my environment. This module focuses on the environment, natural disasters, geography, land and marine animals, and conservation in Spanish-speaking countries. So that's our big themes this module. So just before we get started, and just so that these are really important reminders for the whole, working through all of module 6, module 06.04 is coming up, not this week, but next week. And I just want to remind you that 06.04 is a rough draft for 06.08. So if you do 06.04 really well, if you do those really well and you make a really solid submission for 06.04, you've done the bulk of your work for 06.08. So you've got the differences between the 2 assignments is that one is has less requirements. So module 6.04 has just a couple less requirements than 06.08. So it's kind of like it's getting you ready for enhancing your draft later in the module in 06.08. I'm sorry there's so many numbers, but that's the only way it's the easiest way to refer to all of these assignments that have these numbers instead of having to say the titles the whole time. So that's the big thing I just want to remind you of, because a lot of people in past modules, even though I've stated that this is true of the past modules in previous videos, I still have people turning in a totally different version of 06.04 and 06.08 and in the past with module 4 and 5. So you've already done the bulk of your work if you have done the 0.04 assignment. So if you can take that 0.04 assignment and just enhance it a little bit with the few extra requirements in the 0.08 assignment, the 6.08 assignment specifically, then you've already done the bulk of your work in the earlier assignment. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. So that's just a side note of things coming up later. This is 2 weeks from now. But the big thing about so back to the assignments that are due this coming Friday, this next Friday, is that 06.00, 06.01, 06.02 are all multiple choice assessments at the end of those lessons. Make sure that you read through the lessons. You either watch my videos about the lessons, the walkthroughs of the lessons, you ask me questions, and you before you do the assessment, because it's really important to try to get as much out of your lessons so that you can achieve mastery in the lesson objectives and succeed well on the assessments, multiple choice assessments for these 3 upcoming modules, lessons. Okay, so you have 06.00's theme is El Mundo en el que vivimos. This is mostly identifying important information about Spanish-speaking countries. You remember for the assessment for 06.00 that this is very much a pre-assessment kind of assignment. It's worth 1 point, but it has about 24 to 48 questions. So it's really just think of it as a pre-assessment. It's just trying to gauge what you know. So if you go through some of the questions in 06.00 and you're like, I'm not really sure, I haven't learned this yet, I don't remember learning this in the lessons, this first assignment is really more of a pre-assessment. You do have 2 automatic attempts at it, so if you don't like your first grade, then you can retry. Also, when you get your grade, it will look a little strange because it will be a grade out of 1 point, so it might be like 0.6 over 1. Okay, so it's just that's just how the best way the curriculum decided to organize the pre-assessment grades and stuff. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. 06.02 is Recorriendo el Planeta Tierra. Okay. So this theme, this lesson, you're going to be talking about written and spoken vocabulary. You're going to be learning about written and spoken vocabulary related to the environment and natural disasters. You're going to use regular verbs in the present progressive and past progressive tense. You are going to recognize the consequences of a natural disaster. You're also going to recognize similarities and differences in responses to and effects of natural disasters in Spanish-speaking countries and in the United States. And this is going to come up in 06.04. So try to really soak in what they're teaching you, what's in the curriculum for 06.02 and the lessons for 06.02. Okay, so did I skip one? Oh, I skipped 06.01. Okay, 06.01 is ¿Qué está sucediendo con nuestro ambiente? This one is all about written and spoken vocabulary related to the environment and natural disasters. You're going to use irregular verbs in the present progressive. Did I already read all this? No. I can use regular verbs in the present progressive and past progressive tense, so that is going to build on 06.01 is going to build on 06.03, 02, and you're going to need those for 06.04. And then you're going to be in 06.01, you're also learning to recognize similarities and differences in responses to and effects of natural disasters in Spanish-speaking countries in the United States. So lots of building on similar topics and objectives for the first three lessons in Module 6. So focus on 06.00 through 06.02 this week. That is all as far as the objectives, and but I just want to also remind you again to really try to work through the lessons each week. Your lessons have so many good resources in them to help you practice your pronunciation and your vocabulary. So just try to really peruse through those lessons before doing the assignments, because you will get a lot more out of it and get a lot more mastery of the Spanish language. So if you have any questions this week, please let me know. Please always feel free to reach out, and I hope to hear from you. Have a good week.